Is reimbursement in your inpatient rehabilitation facility lower than you'd expect? Is your program paying its own way? Are your risks too high? Do you have confidence that your program managers will make the unit successful? Does getting your organization appropriate revenue feel like trying to put a square peg in a round hole? Hello, my name is Paula Digby, and I have been auditing inpatient rehabilitation facility records for 15 years. That's about half of the time that I have been in healthcare. I wanted to share with you what I see in medical record audits of inpatient rehabilitation facilities. Look at these case examples from audits of 50 facilities. Payment was impacted in 42% of the cases reviewed. Just 2 of the 50 facilities had no revenue impact in their review. The average loss per facility was just under $10,000, and the average overpayment was just under about $5,000. Now, often facility directors believe that there's money left on the table because of coding errors. We have been able to determine the cause of those errors. Let's look at 3 facilities in the group. In one facility, 7 out of the 15 cases had payment impact. Now, 6 of those were undervalued, around about $18,450, and 1 was overvalued at about $2,900. In facility 2, 9 out of the 15 cases had payment impact, and 7 of those were undervalued at around $19,420, and 2 were overvalued at around $2,800. And in facility 3 here, we looked at 20 records. 19 of those 20 cases had opportunities that impacted payment. 10 were undervalued around about $21,172, and 9 were overvalued around $24,000. What causes payment accuracy, and how can you reduce your risk? One factor is documentation that doesn't meet the accuracy required. If the required information about the patient's stay is not appropriately documented in the medical record, no coder and no biller can report it appropriately. Also, there are silos. Silos and lack of communication within the organization is another significant concern. Most of the staff fulfill their own obligations without comprehension of how their job functions may impact the organization's bottom line or even the patient's care. Ineffective processes, lack of communication, and a lack of knowledge by key staff also can be huge impacts to your bottom line. So when we do medical record audits, we might be called in because of a potential compliance issue. Typically, however, we're going to look at coding. We're going to look at the clinical documentation that supports the coding, and we are going to look at the processes that cause the information flow, risk, and opportunities. As I mentioned, 48 out of the 50 facilities had opportunities that impacted payment. Are ineffective processes and a lack of knowledge causing payment impacting risk in your organization? What could you do with the extra revenue? The number one way in which you can improve accuracy is to grab your team and to start educating. Once they know the truth and the way to identify those risks and opportunities, they're able to pivot and correct internally. Because these issues are so critical and we have a passion for inpatient rehabilitation facilities, my company is partnering with Mary Free Bed Education Academy to bring 2 trainings that are critical to inpatient rehab facility success. Starting June 1st, is the ultimate in ICD-10 training for PPS coordinators. This 20 hours of training guides your PPS coordinators not only in the pertinent details of ICD-10 coding, but also guides them to have those helpful discussions with your coding staff. The PPS coordinators who have previously attended this training insist that one of the best parts is gaining the knowledge and the confidence to be more accurate and more effective in their positions. Starting August 3rd, the AQIQ IRF Pro Lab is for all your staff, including PPS coordinators, coders, admission liaisons, and even IRF physicians. This course will break down the silos and facilitate open communication between the different players. It's so valuable that one program shared that after attending the AQIQ IRF Pro Lab, they increased revenue by $25,000 per week. That's only a little over $1 million a year. Who wouldn't want that added to the bottom line? So I ask you again, are your risks higher than expected? And are you leaving revenue on the table? Why not change the square peg to a round one that operates effectively, lowers your risk, improves accuracy, and allows you to gain confidence in the numbers? If you're interested in improvement, register your staff now. Just one improved case, if it's the right one, could pay for 10 or more employees to attend. Click the link to get more information. Your balance sheet will thank you.